Hey guys, my name's Jonathan Reich. I'm a licensed CPA in the state of Louisiana. And as a licensed CPA, I spend a lot of time helping my clients get billing items notarized, affidavits, real estate documentation, like just kind of odds and ends that come across my desk. And most of the time, I have a bookkeeper in office who has her notary. Like we'll do probably maybe 40 or 50 notarizations a month, which may not sound like a lot if you're a pretty big business, but for our small office, it is a lot. But sometimes my bookkeeper isn't available. Sometimes he's out of office. And so I started checking out remote online notary services. And I wanted to talk about two of those today. Just because they're two of the ones that have caught my eye. You know, when you Google online notary service, you might get like notarized.com or NotaryCam or OneNotary. And so, I've kind of worked with a couple of them just whenever I'm in a pinch and I really need something like ready to go. I'm probably not the type of business that these online notary services are looking for. A CPA firm here and there. They're more tailored towards like real estate or like software companies, stuff like that. But they are perfect for like a one-off here and there. The price is definitely convenient. It's worth me not having to drive around town to go and pick up some type of paperwork and then take it over to like a notary at UPS or at the bank or something like that. So there definitely is a convenience using an online notary service because I didn't even know that they existed. And so it's kind of like DocuSign in that, like, I think it wasn't very widely adopted at first whenever it first came out. Like, and now if you try and send me something that's not a DocuSign where I have to like actually sign my name like 40 times, I just won't accept it. And so I kind of think that's what some of these remote online notary services are going to end up being. And so I've been really impressed with a couple of them. The two I want to talk about today are OneNotary. The second one is going to be NotaryCam, and I'll just kind of walk you through the ins and outs. I just want to do a little comparison guide because I've used both, and I've been pretty happy with both platforms. So let's talk about OneNotary first. So the first thing I like about OneNotary, you can see I'm here on the screen. I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller here. You don't need to make an account. You have the optional login here if you are going to notarize like frequently, but you don't have to. You can just click notarize now, and that's great because like I feel like I can't even go get a haircut now without someone asking for my social security number or to make an account on their app. I don't always want to do that. So I'm just going to click a random document. So the first thing is you'll go ahead and pick whatever you're trying to notarize. I've got this PDF here. I'm just going to open that guy up, and we won't go through the full like walkthrough of OneNotary and the services it offers online, just because I'm going to have to stop before I enter some personal information. But I can get you through about steps 3 or 4, and then just tell you what happens after that. So the next one that we're going to do is you're going to enter your email, your first and last name. I don't mind putting it out there for you guys to see. I am a licensed CPA. Reach out to me anytime. It's going to send me a quick little 2-factor verification code. That's going to come through on this other screen that you folks can't see. And this is part of their identity verification and like security protocol. They just want to make sure that you're real. And then this is where we're going to stop because I don't want you guys to see my credit card. But you'll put in a credit card, and then you'll hold your ID up to the camera where it says get ready. And I'll be like, are you a person? Here's the back of my ID. Here's the front of my ID. And then that's it. And then you're in a session. And guys, it literally takes like maybe 2 or 3 minutes to get a notary. It's like, bam, those notaries ask you, are you here of your own free will? You say, yes, I am. I actually need this thing signed. And that's it. It's like as quick as that. Like as quick as you saw me walk through these steps, that's how fast you can have your documents notarized. So I'm going to go ahead and back out. Cost of the notary is about $25, which, like I said, it's kind of a convenience thing. Like my bookkeeper will do it for free, obviously, because, I work with her every day. But it's really convenient to not have to waste gas and time because time is money. Money is time. And I don't want to spend time driving around, tracking people down, setting appointments. It's here. It's now. It's perfect. So that's kind of how OneNotary works. I would definitely say if you're in like the legal space or the real estate space, they have different solutions for different businesses. And so, like, if you are one of those businesses that's going to be notarizing a ton, you're probably going to want to check out some of their business plans and pricings. And so, it's super like convenient to be able to have a set rate, a set plan. You're going to talk to some of their sales folks, and then you'll be able to see kind of what that's going to cost, and you may find it to be surprisingly affordable, especially if you're not if you're factoring the fact that, like, maybe your team works remote, like you have an office in several cities in the United States. This is going to be the solution for that. So I'm here at the pricing page. If you are a business with those multiple offices spread out and you need these types of services, it's going to be $49 a month. And then pricing is not much more than the individual notarization. You're going to have that monthly fee, and then you have the $25. And then for a mobile notarization, which I've never had to use, for a mobile notarization that I've never had to use, it's $80. It does seem kind of like a niche ask, because if you have a mobile notary company, you probably have the time to go and get something notarized. But then you have all these additional features over the Plus plan, so biometric identification and verification templates. You can connect your own notary, unlimited team members, branding, API connections, and then remote form I-9 and E-Verify integration. So I would definitely say OneNotary is meant for businesses. I've only had to use it for the one-off, but that's kind of what I've seen. That's what their niche is. That's the solutions that they're going to offer. And overall, as a consumer that just needs the here and there, it worked really well for me. The other one I want to talk about today is NotaryCam, and they're cut from a similar cloth. I'll be honest with you. They both do a job. They both do a job well. So I want to reiterate that this is a comparison video. I'm not here to tear anyone down or anything like that. So I want to talk about the pros of NotaryCam first, because each does have their pros and cons. The pros of NotaryCam is that it's really geared towards international, which is kind of interesting because they have users in over 140 countries. You can find that there on their website. And they also offer in-person notary, similar to OneNotary. I don't know if it's similar in how it's set up as a mobile notary, but you do have that hybrid option if someone needs to come and see you. The other thing is NotaryCam is one of the first movers in the space of remote online notarization, which has been around for some time. It's not brand new, but it's also not something that's 50 years old, because it wasn't an option in the early 2000s. And so NotaryCam does have some inherent weaknesses, though. So unlike OneNotary, which you saw that I could connect and be ready to notarize like that, which was super great. NotaryCam, you typically have to schedule an appointment with an online notary, and they have wide availability, but it's not as instantaneous as what I was just showcasing with OneNotary. It does have transparent pricing. NotaryCam is $25 per notarization, but then it can be $75 for overseas notarizations if you need an international item. And I know remote online notarization is legal in all 50 states, because I had to look into it to make sure that hey, this is legit. People will take this. I don't know what the efficacies are for international. So if you're watching this from outside the United States, make sure to do your own due diligence. Make sure that if you're going to use OneNotary or NotaryCam, that remote online notarization is allowed for whatever you're trying to have authenticated. Integrations, they both integrate. It's my opinion that OneNotary integrates a bit more. They have a nice, clean UI that you can connect your different APIs for different services for, where NotaryCam is case by case. You're going to need to talk to them about integrating if you have a certain software or something like that. So that's going to be the high points and low points of NotaryCam. If I was to walk you through the online notary position, or the online notary, that workflow and how it works, it's going to look very similar to OneNotary, except instead of me being able to connect instantly, it's just going to ask me to schedule an appointment. So overall, guys, they both do a job. They both do the job well. They both charge about $25. Both of them are going to be legal in the United States. I like OneNotary just because of the clean UI. I like that's available instantly. You can see here how nice it looks. NotaryCam is going to be good if you're familiar with it because it was a first mover in the space, or if you need international notarization. So, pick your poison. They're both going to take care of you, or be like me and keep an online or keep a bookkeeper in office. You can do it for you whenever you want. So, anyway, guys, that's my comparison video. Just wanted to talk about them. Thanks so much for watching.